Hello everyone! Welcome to today's episode of Our Darker Purpose, episode 51, where we will be taking a look at a different class. This one, Scissors. I like Scissors a lot. It does a lot of damage. As you can see, it's the deal 2 times damage on used items. It makes basically my manuscript excuse me, and other unused items really powerful. Even the emblem does a ton of damage with it equipped. And as you can see, scissors cut paper, as I have won one more time thanks to the fact of having these scissors. So let's see if we can do it again. This is the loadout I went with. It's a loadout I'm going to take again. Let's get started. Now, the first thing we get is either the Hound of Eraservilles or the M-Drop Lottery. So this is kind of a problem, because they're both really good. The Hound of Eraservilles is good for that damage. Just prop up at the start, but the Item Drop Lottery isn't so bad, and we know that whichever one I get, I'm not going to get it ever again. Without crowns, I only have a normal chance to spawn a champion additionally per floor. We're going to take Item Drop Lottery because there are many other ways to raise our damage. I will miss the Hound of Eraserville's extra chalk drop, however. But if we get things the monsters carried, we'll once again increase it. Collect all these tokens. If you noticed, we started with mercantilism. And the reason we did that is because with scissors, you need an unused item. And let's face it, enemies sometimes aren't keen to give you what you need. I think that on my first run with scissors, the failure run, as I'll call it, I failed near Reagan because I had yet to get a drop item of use, you know? I found her lunchbox. I was like, oh great, that increases the attack of my chalk, but that's pretty much it. I had no real other items to help even have a reason to have the scissors, you know? It was all a bunch of passives that, well, without an active, scissors is kind of useless. Did that desk go down again, or is it just spouting spiders? Okay, he was just spouting spiders. I apologize for that. I know he only goes down once. At least I'm pretty sure. And that's when he regenerates. But I didn't know if you left him alone, he would do it again, maybe. You know. Alright, and there is Sherman the Shaggy, I think. I'll say Sherman the Shaggy. Thank you. And he's our extra champion from Item Drop Lottery, which means the Item Drop Lottery is already working, and it gives us a can. We've got so many tokens right now. I'm not mad that I took mercantilism still, because who knows, there might be something really good in here. The answer right now is no. There's nothing good in here except a piece of chalk. And I'm not even going to buy a piece of chalk because I haven't used a piece. I don't need any more right now. I mean, it's only the first floor. If this was hard mode, maybe. If I could kill those balls with chalk, maybe. I'm not going to buy a piece of chalk or a juice box just for the first floor. None whatsoever. Alright, let's see, what else to talk about, huh? Maybe we can talk about some non-Our Darker Purpose stuff, huh? Any good TV shows you watched lately? I don't care what genre. I have, well, in my defense of what have I watched lately, I have no TV. So, anything I've watched lately might be something that hasn't been on the air in 10 years. Because I just don't watch shows. I don't watch anything new, really. All my stuff comes online. I've been watching some 5Ds, been watching my Yu-Gi-Ohs again. Recently, the episodes that didn't get ported to places like Hulu or Netflix, because I like those episodes. I like the seasons that we didn't get to see because they really got, well, some real good situations in them. It got kind of some adult situations and like dealing with the existentialism and whatnot of self and fates of the world stuff, which we never really got in the dubbed versions for us. I have a pitch black and an underlit. Well, I'm going to take the underlit, of course. I'm not going to take the pitch black. It's silly. If I took the pitch black, it'd be to save coins, but right now I have no reason to. Right? 10% attack speed. I would rather take the extra experience right now because I have no reason to save my money. If I would have gotten coins and punishment on the first floor, I would have definitely taken the pitch black room. I recently started watching the newest series for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. It's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot better than Zexal. I must say that I watched a few episodes of Zexal, and I'm not ashamed to say that I liked some of the episodes, but I hate the way. I just hate that main character so much that I can't. Have you ever felt that way about a character? Like, you just hate them so much, there's no way you can get by. None whatsoever. It's like, oh, they're so annoying. And it's sad because the thing I liked about the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Was going was it started out with Yugi, who was a kid, albeit a kid in, I think, pretty much high school, although his height betrayed that fact. Then it went on to GX, which decided, hey, let's focus the whole thing around school time, which that was nice. That was a good series. I don't really like the dub things because of one thing. I know that none of the cultural, some of the culture gets lost when you dub, I know. Because, you know, some things don't translate to other languages as they do to something that happens in Japan, you know? But I suppose the one thing that made me the maddest about GX's translation was so much of it was, oh god, it seemed like it was trying to be way too hip and cool and down with the children's of the years. You hear me, my homies? I hated it so much. I wanted to punch every single character in the face. Especially the embarrassing character that they made, Judai. Excuse me, Jaden. That's another thing. They changed everyone's names. You know what? Some of them had easily enough pronounceable names. You know? I was really surprised when they did that. You know, I can understand some people's names. Like Sho. They changed his name to Cyrus. Why? Sho isn't that hard to pronounce. Okay, I know that some of these can sound... Some anime characters' names can just be horrendously difficult to pronounce, but Sho is not hard to pronounce. His last name, Marufuji, is quite a mouthful, and I don't blame them for changing that. Oh my goodness. I had the manuscript before with the scissors. The manuscript does it does half damage normally for every shot. With scissors, it does your actual damage. So it's like you're firing a cone of your regular shots. Also, the Frozen Few does not react to like ending the maze if it's hit by something that is not your basic attack, like those crows. Gluttonous Cafeteria. We've been getting hit. Call the Wild Furniture. More damage against bosses. Taking it. We're also going to Gluttonous because I have no reason to go to a leaderless. I'm still looking for some items. The emblem, good. It's really good right now. And since it's going to be dealing more damage against bosses, it's going to become better. I think you saw it right there. Was that the emblem dealing 166? Probably. On crit at least. Anyway, the new series is called Arc V. It's a return to more... I'd say it's kind of kiddish, but it has some seriousness to it. It reminds me of GX right now, even though it hasn't been on that long. It reminds me of GX when I saw the episode. The main character really reminds me of how Jaden / Judai is, with how he just, he has fun all the time. That's what he's supposed to do. But he also does have a sort of vendetta-ish thing against another character. I'm not going to spoil the episode for you. You can find it subbed out somewhere, or if you want to try your hand, which I have to say that watching Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japanese without subs is how I learned a lot of different Japanese words and know what they mean. I can play an entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japanese. I don't need anything English in the world, which is, I think it's great. That and Vanguard. Me and the wife play sometimes back and forth. What the hell is Merit Slippers again? Dodge if I don't use juice. I want the knapsack. How many? It's 18 kills. That's my problem with this one. And is a 15% dodge really that good? I mean, I suppose it is, in the sense that 6 9s. If you had every dodge item and you were able to make that merit, that's 42% chance to dodge. It's almost half. Oh, gotta lead him down here. So I can see how it's good. Anyway, back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! I think one of the things is, like, I liked how in every series, sometimes something new got added. We had speed spells and 5Ds. We had, well, we didn't really have anything new in GX, did we? No, we just had new cards. A lot of new cards. It was a ton of new cards. And that's synonymous with any card series. Every season has, or every series even, has a ton of new merchandise. But they introduced a new system, which is pendulum summoning, which is pretty cool. It's the only thing that I couldn't understand while watching the Raw. So I watched the sub, and it's pretty cool. Ooh, look what we got. Aren't we glad we didn't spend all of our tokens? It basically is a way to summon high-level monsters for the cost of nothing. Yeah. And true, we have magic cards that do that, but I think this is kind of an interesting way to put it. It's like a temporary field card. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next episode. Right now, they only have one episode out, and episode 1, I believe, aired April 6th? I think that's what it said on the site, April 6th. So I'm waiting for the second episode now. Ooh, good. Edgewood plans that will help me figure out what routes I'm going to take. Alright, anyway. You see, the thing with Coins and Punishment that most people might do is not buy things. This is a problem. You can't do... If there's something you need, buy it. Do you have Coins and Punishment? Yes. Well, buy it anyway. If you see an item like how I saw the matchsticks, if it's on the items that you love or an item that you know is good for you, buy it. That's not a waste. It's a good investment. I will say, however, the last time I went through this, I had Juice Boxes of Darkness ever since Floor 2. So, everything was pretty dead at all times, you know? However, I have gotten the Thorned Clover on almost every run that I ever get Coins and Punishment. Almost exclusively right after I get the book. So, make of that what you will. In fact, I don't think I've had a run in the past 4 days. Well, ever since the head-to-head run, that I haven't had the Thorned Clover show up at some point in time. And maybe it's higher chance for it to do it because it has such a negative effect. But some items do seem to have that tendency to continually show up, you know? Whether they're helpful or a hindrance to your play, that's all up to you. There we go. I'm surviving. I should drink. So guys, what do you guys do around here? Just sit here and keep firing at this chest? So here's the funny thing. I can have the extra life, but I haven't gotten any hit points. And it'll add an extra 75 health, but I need the hit points because things like the Fedora of Crisis won't work if I have too low health. So I'm going to get the Capulet code to help me with my tokens. And minus 10% move speed makes me 200. Because I got move speed up. I forget from which perk. I guess I must have gotten plus 10% move speed if I got minus 10% and it's still 200. So now with the Capulet code, we lost move speed, but we gained 8 tokens. Which means we effectively gained 8 damage at the cost of our move speed. Which I'm fine with. In fact, I would have been fine with Jungle Gym had it not shown up with Coins and Punishment. If it had shown up after I'd gotten Coins and Punishment, cool beans. Oops, wrong direction. We gotta clear this floor. We know what we're doing. Whoop! Seriously, 150, 70-ish damage from birds? Yeah, I like the scissors. They're definitely being one of the things that I might add to my repertoire. However, like I said, I don't know how many more periods I have coming for me. I know one for sure, which is the one at 75,000. Or not 75,000, at 10,000. That stops them. At 10,000 donated token or donated credits. So the Candelabra, if you get it at Woundwort Fortress, you have instantly won. As long as you know how to dodge, still. Because all you have to do now is roll. Look at that. Rolling, rolling, rolling. And the best thing is look at Goneril. She doesn't even notice that you're lighting her on fire. Look at that! Ladies and gentlemen, that was the fastest Goneril gets beat. Just saying. So I've got the Stools, Timekeeper, Timekeeper. I'm going to go to this one because it's gluttonous. Okay. Let's see. I hope that by Goneril accidentally getting herself barbecued does not affect the fact that I didn't kill the fortress. So it didn't affect my experience gain for that area. Right there, that sucked on that emblem shot. It totally missed every single area. Alright, so Sylvester noticed that birds hit him and he didn't like it. I really hate clothes. I've said that so many times that you could quote me on it out of context and I'd still agree with you. I hate clothes. Fudge! What I need is a good coin is hard to find in order to offset this Thorned Clover. As you can tell, I'm still slowly dying from some sort of cough that seems to be passing around everywhere. I'm going to get the Disquieting Draught because since I'm dealing damage to myself by collecting money, I'm going to need some extra healing. Not too much, although a doctor's note would be grand right now. You know what I could really go for? Some hit points. Like a Zen in the Art of Pummeling or something like that. I do have a vampiric item. Shy Stella's Diary. I keep wanting to call it Sheila's Diary. I don't know why. I just do. There's a Trust Walk. The Trust Walk will be okay for me right now because of the fire and the bubbles. It will help the bubbles immensely, actually. Because now they'll get to fire off all willy-nilly. So here comes this part. Also, with the extra attack speed, we can deal with Sindar's Timekeeper a little faster. I think that's the secret to Sindar's Timekeeper is speed. Speed's the key. Not literally the key, because the key is the key, literally. I had to heal there because 25% of my life was down, which is why it was doing the beep beeps. Which means that the Fedora activated, yes. But 25% of 12 damage, which is how much damage the fire does, is 9. I would have died. We're in another survival room. Or as I like to call them, little experience chests. When have I liked to call them that? Ever since I thought it up a few moments ago. Like, you know, exactly when I entered this room. Hall pass. Good. A hall pass is what we need. And we have 57. I'm going to continue to search this floor. I'm not confident in getting the 3,000 experience that we need for a level up. However, I am confident in getting enough money that I will not care about buying some juice boxes versus my damage. In the end, the game is mainly about what are you willing to sacrifice for this. I can't believe that she can blow up birds. That makes me sad. She blew up birds. Oh, also, gluttonous floor still. Let's remember that. The chance to get extra juice boxes exists. We will take the chance and everything else we can find that's not nailed down. There we go. This room shows up so many times on Capulet floors that it might as well just be every floor or every room. I've seen it on every run that I've ever done, and not just new ones, just every run, period. I swear to God, I've seen this floor every single time. It's not always had 4 coins in a juice box. That's definitely something that was implemented when they started talking about how lousy drop rates were. No, but I've seen that setup of 4 coins in a juice box enough times to know that I've seen that floor all the time, or that room all the time, and know what to do. I hate how she can reflect birds. It makes me think of her as a giant bug zapper. And that's what she is. Giant bug zapper. Alright, that's it. That's it for this floor. We found a memory room, I thought. But that was the last floor, actually. Yeah, last floor we found a memory room. And we were totally disappointed by it. completely disappointed. Anyway, your turn. And there we go. Footstools and the Disciplined King. We're going to go to too small because I can't stand a leaderless room. Also, not right now, Disciplined King. We don't have a my manuscript, and I'm not confident that I can get enough damage versus anything he could do to me at this point in time. Ugh! We're getting enough damage right now. Perk of being a ranged wallflower was tempting, but look at the floor we're on versus how many hit points we are. It was not meant to be Perk of a ranged wallflower. You showed up a little too late, and you showed up with the wrong thing. Playing the perks against each other really affects playstyle sometimes, and I would think that there would be a I'm not sure if I'm right, but I think I am. I like thinking I am. I think everyone does. Like thinking they're right, is what I mean. But I think I'm right every time I say that if you grab a perk, the perk opposite of it, you will never see again. Perks are singular in nature. They will show up with something play against them, and if you pick the other one, you can't say, oh, perk of a ranged wallflower. Right? I'm so sorry I didn't grab you. Come back next level up and I'll get you again. Nope. It's gone. You didn't want it then, you ain't getting it now. That's kind of a pain in the butt. Because there are some perks, like, you'll have a run, if you haven't already, where a perk will show up and you'll be like, man, that looks awesome. But I like this one, so I'm going to take this one. But I'll grab you the next time around. There'll never be a run that you don't think that you probably should grab the other perk. Sometimes you might grab it just because I've never tried this one. Let's try it. I'm thinking of doing a run, no matter how hard and stupid it is, of always taking move speed. No matter what move speed's played against, you know? And that is, by far, in my head, not only just out loud, and I'm sure you might think it too, it is a stupid plan. Move speed can be replaced so easily by anything. Especially if you've dealt with Cordy's much slower initial move speed from before patches. You can always afford one loss in move speed. You're not going to miss it. But if you've never dealt with it, you might feel the slower. Or the slowness of it. Alright, we will have a Dolly Sextant and Badly Etched Arrow and Unsettling Concoction. We're going to get the Unsettling Concoction because we're starting to get more hit points. And in fact, we could get, let's just get everything. Now, Dolly Sextant is to help, this one's kind of simple too. You just hide up in the corner. The hard part comes when getting the chest, but thankfully I have the hall pass. Dolly Sextant makes up for any range that you may not have. Okay? In the sense that when it changes your trajectory of your shots, they fly another whole range of your range before exploding. So effectively, you have double the range of your shots. Sure, you can't control the second shot, but usually, if you've already missed with the first one, you don't really care where the second one goes. I don't recommend trying to actually aim the second shot. Let's face it, with Dolly's Sextant, it's going to go where it wants to. With Escher's Compass, sometimes Dolly's Sextant can even make it rebound towards the enemy that you were originally assaulting. Those are the greatest moments of your life. You will just look at it and go like, ha! That makes this purchase totally worth it! This slowing effect is actually very helpful for these girls because they come at you. Let's see. And I believe there were 2 more coins over this way. Oh, 1 more. I still hadn't used up my first dodge. I'm not even going to drink a juice box to get that one yet because I have a whole nother room still in which I could take damage, which I'm going to. Let's face it. After a certain point in time, you don't really even care as long as you can kill the enemy. You might be standing there at one point in time and saying, sure, you hit me for 20, but I hit you for over 100 points of damage. And let's just say one of us can't stand that much damage and the other one can. Right now my damage is 200 to 210. The damage from my winged avian companions is quite substantial because of this. I still would really prefer my manuscript because it's much more reliable in its hitting. If I got my manuscript at a Bunsen burner right now, I would be nigh unstoppable. Let's chase the footstools. Or have them chase us. Either way, let's end this fight. And there it goes. I used to think that the grades were solely based on how well you do against the final boss, which I suppose is your quote-unquote test for the floor. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It is actually based on how much damage you take, how much damage you deal out, how many rooms you cleared. Well, not the last one. It's based on just how much damage have you taken throughout the floor. Is it a lot? Is it a little? Depending on your answer is what happens. Now, I'm not an expert on my damage calculations in the slightest. I don't know the percentage that certain items do. I do have good authority to think that certain items do a much more substantial amount of damage than items that are not those items. I know that the Vandergraaf device does 150% your attack. I know that because of actually having a range of damage that I could measure while standing there with the Vandergraaf device. But it does about 150% your attack. I know that the manuscript does half your attack, albeit a lot of times half your attack. I think the emblem does also half your attack. However, it's so scattered that there's no way to tell. The candelabra does your attack damage, the fire does, which is the same as the damage from the fire from the Bunsen burner. If you have enough things assisting your damage output, you'll easily break through floors of this game. I really wish that these wizards would just take one up the A like that. They are probably one of the more annoying Capulet things, and you don't fight them till the terraces, which makes them even more annoying because you don't know what you're dealing with. I remember when initially playing the game, the first thing that happens is you run into a new enemy, and your first reaction is, oh my god, what does that thing do? Juice Boxes of Darkness, please. Great Expectations and Juice Boxes is great, but without Juice Boxes of Darkness to make a reason why we're getting so many Juice Boxes, I'm not going to have much of a reason to keep getting them. I mean, also with the Thorned Clover, let's face it, we're buying out entire Edgewood dispensaries every time we visit one. Another thing that helps out against enemies is later on when you can learn to count their attacks. Like, it really weirded me out when they changed the number of attacks that the Mirror Girls had for the Capulets to 1. Because I was sitting there one time hiding from them the first time that they ever changed it, and it went 1, and I was ready for 2 and 3, and 2 and 3 never showed up. And it actually had me rushing at her because I was like, wait, shield's down, gotta go. Is the merit cut out the resist? Don't roll, get resist. 12 kills. So the merit things are 6, 12, and 18. We're going to take the Phony Symphony, which means that there's no way we're not going to roll. Because every time we roll, we'll be outputting symphony notes. Which I believe they also do exactly my attack damage. Making them also some of the more devastating items. You know what though? I have a theory, but I'm not sure about it. You see how I only have 205? 205 is my attack power. But 276, even 250, is the damage that some things seem to be doing. I have a theory that Scissors is actually affecting any of my non-basic attack functions because those are technically, quote-unquote, on use. Every time I roll, I use the candelabra. Every time that I finish a roll, I use the symphony. I don't think that the scissors are that picky. It's like having Reagan's lunchbox, but without using your E slot up, which just makes it even more powerful. And so it gets nerfed. No. It probably will. They'll do something about it. I'm sure. But until they do, I'm going to have fun with it. Look at that. I'm not even scared of fighting Reagan. I'm up in her grill. I'm all up in her business. And she's done. That was it. Oh, also, by the by, did you notice that I never fired a basic attack against Reagan? None whatsoever. Now, the Winged Overseer... Excuse me. the Winged Overseer still eludes me in his special requirements to beat him. However, I will go to the sensitive floor because it's a sensitive floor. And I'm already out. The output of my damage is already so high that, you know, I'm not going to try for his thing. No. This is to beat the game. That's what this run is. There are runs that you can take to do things. There are runs to take to get achievements. There are runs to take to get credits. There are runs to beat the game. And this is a run to beat the game. Goneril's Mallet is an awesome weapon that I do not want. It increases my power of my basic attacks. But let's face it, I don't want to use my basic attacks. I don't have a sock snake. I don't have a sock parrot. In all honesty, my basic attacks suck. It's every other thing that I'm doing that has the potential for death and destruction. Now, normally on a gifted floor, or on any floor after Raggan, I already feel powerful enough that I can just run through them. In this sense, I never need the experience from the guys. I just need them out of my way while I get to the boss. However, I feel that I'm just going to have fun this time and screw around with these guys who I would usually be pissing my pants about by showing them what it's like to be on the side that takes way too much damage. The experience is also a nice boost. If Raggan's lunchbox drops, will I pick it up? No. Well, okay. Here's what I mean by that. If Raggan's lunchbox drops, I won't keep it. I'll pick it up. Oh yeah, I'll definitely pick it up for one room. This is to see what the difference of the damage of my non-basic attacks are with Raggan's lunchbox and not Raggan's lunchbox. Oh, by the way, I do have the smiley face you saw. That's my only crit item. I don't have Whispers? Yes. So I don't have extra crit for being close to people. I'm just dealing out that much damage normally. It is awesome to be doing this much damage. And with the Hall Pass, if I don't kill them, they can't, or if they don't stay up and try to fight me, they will not win. They can't hurt me fast enough. This is one of those rooms where the Schooner or the Goblet comes in handy. Lobster of Foreboding gives us 20% resist. Oh yeah, we had a teddy bear, didn't we? At one point in time. Meh. All good things come to pass, and our experience is actually one of those good things that I'm hoping will pass over the mark. A better bug collection would be nice. One thing about the emblem is that even though the birds come down from the ceiling after everybody, or the top of the screen. It does not hit anything that's off screen unless it's only off by a certain percentage. You know, like... What the... Do you see Dolly Sexton, like, homed in on the guy up there in the upper corner? That was awesome. Before we get the Better Bug Collection, I'm going to get closer to a level up. This may be bad if I get a level up in this next room. Okay? So let's hope that I don't. Oh. I can't get a level up in this room. There are no enemies. Anyway, I'm trying to get a higher experience total so that when the Better Bug Collection sends me to my next level, I'll be closer to the next level. And there we have it. That's the most experience, how close I'm going to arrive to the next level. So let's get the Better Bug Collection. It will put us closer to the even next year level. And drink a juice box, buy 3, and exit. Zen in the Art of Pummeling and the Haste Land. We're going to take Zen in the Art of Pummeling. 200 hit points. Good. 200 hit points, I would say, is the minimum you need to technically beat the game. Juice box is included. 100 hit points will have you just probably in a tizzy against some guys. The Buoyant Double, which I was really hoping that since I went the way I did, I dodged her. I wouldn't mind the brick pile or really anything else. I don't like the Buoyant Double at all. I see there's a special guy down there. I'm already mad at him for being here. So we're going to have him die off really fast. Since this isn't a sensitive floor, they aren't going to deal as much damage to me as they were before. You know, I picked Nevermore's Inkwell up, except that I still haven't actually gotten the Contraband Candle this run. And going into the library with Nevermore's Inkwell is a nightmare. The Coach of Character, if you fight him, try to stay near the walls, because that way his thing will sometimes damage himself. This is another hard one. We can take the Velveteen Cabinet or the 2,666 types of juice. The best thing about the Velveteen Cabinet is it would reduce the thing for our emblem, but it's so long that it wouldn't reduce it by enough for me to care. So I'm going to take the juice. There's the Necessary Lantern, which is a use item, yes, but it doesn't do damage. And I wish that the Necessary Lantern would do what sensitive floors do and show you how much it powered you up. Because I can't use the Necessary Lantern in good faith against an enemy because I don't know where the spotlight is going to be. Alright, let's check. Dun 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 dun. Got him. Oh, I thought I dodged that. All right, let's go find that. Let's go find that memory room. I might have already passed by it. I'm sorry about my throat. It's been feeling really gunked up lately. I want to at least get rid of one snake. Snake! Snake! Get out of here. Ooh, I heal 5 whenever I kill somebody. Good. Now I'm just running into things. Let's heal. Remembering that healing actually increases our damage. Technically, every juice box we use is a juice box we can buy. Since it increases our damage by 5 and juice boxes cost 5, it's basically a 1-for-1 trade between coins and punishment and juice boxes of darkness. If we had Atlas Glugged, it'd be even a bigger trade, but in juice box's favor. There's the coin. There's a Shali copy coin. You still can't really tell which way chalk clouds are going to go. Oh, juice boxes even have a better favor though now because with our life gain actually from having juice boxes get used. So anyway, it looks like the Archivist is leading us inevitably towards the boss. Which is where they usually lead, but I don't like making the assumption that they do. Alright. Oh, he isn't dead. I could have sworn that this plant up there was dead. Anyway, the Archivist went down, so let's go down. Okay. Let's get rid of this snake, and then we'll handle the flora and fauna. Or actually, just the flora. I'm remembering it's the buoyant double. I'm still not happy about that. 6 kills in a row. Chalk. Juice. Okay, so we've lost a lot of damage just now. And gained some. However, I'd like to think that we have something much more amazing that we're going for. Sorry about the cursor that shows up every now and again. I'm just checking something. 3. 4. Yep. Budge. It wasn't meant to be yet. It's okay. We'll get it on the next floor. Because there's no way... Actually, there is a way. So, the Merit Bracelet, like I said, easiest thing to get up. And I'm about to do something really silly with it, so, have fun watching, everybody! 5. Oh, and the imaginaries are the boss. Oh, I don't like the imaginaries. But I do like this. That's 6. We can shoot. We can now actually make our own attacks. Whew! Well done, us. I would like to congratulate us by patting us on the back. Congratulations, us. I didn't think we'd do it half the time. In fact, once I couldn't get it on the last floor, I was pretty damn sure we weren't gonna get it. Congratulations to us. We did well. Oh, jeez. So as you can see, there's many ways to do the not miss for the merit bracelet. So of all the merit items, that probably is the best one, because it's got such a wide range of things that you can do to still fulfill its conditions while being actually prepared to fight back. You don't have to be a crack shot. You just have to not click any arrow keys. Damn it. I'm gonna have to keep rolling to keep these birds down. Okay, confusion's worn off. Okay, so there's the manuscript. We're actually going to buy it. I found out something just now. And that's that when you're confused, and you go to a vending machine, up is down and down is up. Mephi's Wickedness can stay there because it's already too late. The Imaginaries didn't even get to shift positions. We're pretty happy about that. It's the Administrator's turn. He's right down there. Now, last room 4 was sensitive. We took full advantage of it. Let's not lie. But just because we're now not on a sensitive room doesn't mean we're not going to deal way too much damage to everybody. Since we still have the hall pass, we still dodge every first attack anyone throws at us. And that can be a lot of attacks. That time I was just using the chalk because I really wanted to get rid of the hoppers. I know there's one more shadow here. I just don't know where he is. Oh wait, there wasn't one more. Those were just delayed attacks, huh? These spring-heeled jack bastards are really annoying. But I'm really glad for the fact that there's ways to deal with everyone. We're at our last stand, basically. So this is the total amount we're going to have. We're going to have 5 juice boxes. We do a ton of damage. I could buy the Vandergraaf playset. In fact, I'm going to. Our damage is 152 to 160. And these are the administrators. Let's go. Now, the greatest thing here is that I'm doing so much non-effect damage that there's going to be way too much for him to deal with in my book. And in his, too. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's going to go down. He never got a second chance. An A on the administrators. Holy sweet Jesus. His natural defenses. Let's do this. If we keep rolling, you can actually hurt natural defenses before he forms. Okay? But only with the candelabra. He's already at his second form, basically, because we've beaten on him so badly. He's already producing people to fight us. Look at this. He has no chance. Huh? And he knows it. That's why he's getting all cheap and turning out the lights. And he's done. Goodbye, his natural defenses. That was under an hour? Go me, go me, go me, go me! Yes! Scissors, I love you. That was great. It was under an hour. We've done it. I've finally done it in under an hour. There's Being Scared right down there. Hello, Being Scared. I've never seen you before, except in Swingers set. I'm going to leave credits. So now I have 7,500. Our statistics, I am now on a 2-win streak. Let's go. 57 minutes, 40 seconds. My recklessness paid off. It was awesome. And there's all the things we've collected so far. Anyway, that's Scissors. You get Scissors from beating a better Cordy without using any basic attacks. So basically, you use rolls, you use chalk, you use the Van de Graaff, you use the emblem, Schooner, Gobble of Yesterdays, stuff like that. She also comes in a room full of those flamey thingamajiggers, the mirrors that shoot flames, and those things hurt her. So that's how you can do that. I'm starting to wonder about one achievement though that just hasn't seemed to appear, and that is where is it? There is one. I swear to God I haven't gotten it. B for Victory is what it's called. It's in Chapter 4, right? Sorry about making you watch me go through this. Oh, I did do it. 500 credits. Okay. I suppose you would beat the game 5 times in order to get the final ending, since Chapter 4 is beat the administrators. Yeah. Huh. And speed test. Good. Good, good, good. So now we have Being Scared. I'm going to go over it just to make sure I know what it does right. 10% starting crit and move speed. So you start with a 15% chance to crit, which can total up to a 65? 85% chance to crit if you get everything. So Being Scared plus Merit Bracelet, Zebra, Star, and Smiley Sticker will get you an 85% chance to crit. That and Criticism could actually be really, really dangerous. You're basically having the Fragile Glassware normally. Alright, anyway, thank you all very much for watching How Scissors Beats Paper, which is the title of this episode. I've already made it up in my head. And I hope that this will lead to me doing some other things. I'm going to have to get non-renewables at some point in time. mainly because I need to beat the game without using juice boxes. And that's what non-renewables is for. It's to make it impossible for you to use a juice box. Also, Schadenfreude does not do what I was hoping it would do, which is to make every 5 kills on the obsolete operator's summons gain me 1 health, which I would have sat there for ages if it would have done so, because I'm crazy. But it doesn't do that. Boo-hoo, they saw ahead of me. Scissors seems to, though, on-use items deal 2 times damage. On use. Like I'm saying, I think it means everything that uses. That's the Symphony, that's the Candelabra, that's the Van de Graaff. I think everything it means. That's a use. Quotes there. Alright? Anyway, you saw how devastating scissors can be. Turns my manuscript or the emblem into just raining death from above. Combine that with any of your shot augmentations, such as Bunsen Burner, Cat's Cradle, Annoying Metal Puzzle, Cursed Art Supplies, if you will, and everything dies. Anyway, this has been VayneXus. Thank you very much for staying with me for an actual run that went less than an hour, minus the amount that I've been gabbing on about. And we'll see you next time. I love that thing. I'm so happy today.